Well, I'm back again with the fourth and final video on what you need at home after delivery. I will be talking about tips and tricks for breastfeeding. Really, items that you can purchase to help with the latch, pain, and to get more breast milk that you can store for later. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so this area that we're going to talk about now for Kelsey when she goes home has to do with breastfeeding. I'm a pro breastfeeder, but also I always tell moms, you do what keeps you sane. So if you're about to lose your mind when you are breastfeeding, you can't get them latched on, I do have a video on tips and tricks with that, and we'll talk about that later. But this is just some things I recommend having before you have your baby. You can have them at your baby shower. And you don't necessarily have to open them up, but if you'd rather have them than not have them. And if you don't need them, then you can play as gifts then. So the first thing is your baby only will latch on when they touch the roof of their mouth. So sometimes your nipples have never been sucked on and they're soft or they're inverted or they're flat and they're not full. So sometimes you need help with that. And if you've tried everything else, then you know what, ask for a nipple shield. And these are some that came in this little kit, and I will put this link below. And this kit was pretty great. It had 2 little containers and these little nipple shields. So what I recommend is if you're at the hospital or at home and it doesn't come with this container, is you just get a little Ziploc Tupperware container, put a drop of hand soap in here, this with some water, and shake it up, and it's clean. It does 2 things. It's clean as well as it keeps it suction. So you would invert it inside out, and you would lay it flat onto the nipple, and it allows, I don't know if you can see that, but it allows it to come out some. And it'll eventually pull your nipples out, and that's kind of about what size it is they need. So once you deliver, your breasts are flat because then we're giving you all this fluid and you've been laying down, and sometimes it's hard to get a latch. So if you can't, this would probably be, I guess, the last thing we would try, but it's something good to have. And you know if you have inverted nipples or flat nipples. So this is one good trick. But before that, what I recommend is to get a hand pump. I always recommend a hand pump before I do a machine pump. So what this will do is allows to pull the nipple out, so the baby has something to latch onto. So how this works is I want to show you that there's 2 different sizes here first. So there is a large one and a small one. So you want to pick what size your nipple is. So you want to, when you're putting your nipple in here, you want to make sure it's not touching anything so it doesn't pull and give yourself a blister or irritate it anymore. So what you want to do is it should come just like this. And there is a filter. You can change the filters out, and it comes in your Medela bag. But what I did is that I just purchased this little bag so she can have all this, so she can take it wherever she needs to in the house, in the car, you know, the store, the hospital, and kind of keep things in here as well. So you just put this in here, you roll it up, and you're going to put it in here, and this would be where your nipple goes. And you're going to pop this in, and I recommend never washing any of this in the dishwasher. You want to hand wash it because it will distort it or cause some more damage, because that sometimes it's more particular and you need to hand wash these items. So this would be what we call a quick release. It goes quick, 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 and then a slow release. Slow release. Because the baby, when they latch on, they get excited, and then they get long, deep sucks. So this will actually help your nipple to come out more so they have something to latch onto. So the first thing I would say is try to do a hand expression or hand stimulation, allow the milk to come to the tip or the colostrum at that time. If pumping doesn't work, then I would definitely try the nipple shields. Try anything you can to get the baby on that first latch, because that is the most crucial, important latch that you want to have. A good latch is the most important at the beginning. So in this little bag, you have the other different sizes, as well as I put some baggies for the milk so she could put these in there and freeze them if she needed to, as well as pads. So if we're leaking, we could just put these in there as well. So, and that's like if you're going somewhere. What I do recommend as well is these are nipple shells. So they're hard on the outside and soft on the inside. And they actually have a little hole here to vent. You can get any kind. Medela has some, but these are what we picked. And like I said, they came in together. and they're soft on the inside, so you put the nipple here, and this can go into your bra where nobody would know you have anything, and nothing touches your nipple because it is very sensitive. And also, if you're leaking, it will leak down in here, and then you can take a syringe and pull it up and then use it for a feeding. If you needed some extra, or the baby's kind of getting irritated and he wants to have a good milk supply right then, you can pull it up and they can use that. This can also be washed and come out as well. So you want to make sure, like I said again, to hand wash everything. Okay, so say for instance, this is also, I just got her a towel because I use a towel for a lot of things. One is if you are, like I said, using the hair dryer technique, like you're doing a peri-light, you can put this on your bottom and put a sheet on top of you, put the hair dryer between your legs on a low setting, use your diffuser if you have it. If you don't have a diffuser, use a hair dryer, attach it with a rubber band and let it blow out heat. So that's one trick. The second trick is that you have all of this milk that's coming out on either side. You roll this out and put it underneath your breast. It will save you from dripping it everywhere. Also, if you need a quick fix and you don't have the baby's bibs, as well as a good inexpensive towel, I think I got this for $3. Just something that you know it's your towel for this baby, and that will keep it with you in most places. So the other item that I recommend is, this is not a haka, but people know that it's called a haka, and this was called Natural Bond, and it came with its bag. And what I like about this one is it actually has a seal too, so it will stand up and you can put it down just like that, as well as it has a stopper. So what this is as well is that you can put the bags in there for when you're breastfeeding too. We put a plastic bag inside of it, and what it does is that it acts like a hand expression as well. You would squeeze it in, put it right there in your nipple, and you would pull it out while you're breastfeeding this one. This breast doesn't know it's not supposed to leak, and it will, and so instead of wasting it and putting it in a pad, you can put it in here, or you can use a shell as well to help with that. So these are the newest invention that every mom says they love. Some people recommend getting two, but I purchased just one to see if Kelsey would have liked this or not. So another thing that I do recommend, and I am a pro breastfeeder, is I recommend getting some type of formula. This is Enfamil, and this is Enfamil Gentle Ease. This is 120 calories. I believe Similac 100 calories. So if you are at 2 in the morning and your baby's not latching on, you haven't had any TTs, your pediatrician's worried about jaundice, or that we're getting too dehydrated or losing too much weight, take a syringe, pull a little bit on while the baby's on the breast. You just put a drop or two with your towel up underneath you and drop a few. So the baby, one is getting you, doesn't have to stop latching, is not holding onto a bottle, as well as it's he or she is getting something. And it makes you continue with breastfeeding, so you won't lose your mind, because those little boys, like we talked about, the difference between boys and girls. Boys want instant gratification, and sometimes they're mad and all over. If you just give them a drop or two, either the colostrum from this breast, you can pull it out, or when you use your haka, or a little bit of formula, a drop or two to keep your sanity is what I recommend.
So there was my tips and tricks for Kelsey for a smooth delivery. We talked about vaginal, and we talked about C-section. We talked about what to take home, what people can buy you as gifts. We talked about baby care, baby clothes, how to store them, and we talked about episiotomies if we have a repair. Kelsey, is there anything, or I know we talked about already a lot of things, is there anything, you have any questions or thought of anything that was a good idea, or anything you would like to share with our audience?
I don't think I have any questions. I will say the Ziploc bags, that was very, very handy to have those, and then to always make sure that I have a beach towel.
Very much, because you're going to leak everywhere, and if you don't leak, you're going to sweat. Moms have all these extra hormones, and you're going to be very hot, so that fan probably will come in handy more than once. So laying down on a beach towel when you're sleeping, when you leak everywhere, there's a quick, easy way to change that, as well as the towel for your bathroom when you're taking a bath. Now, of course, if it's a C-section, you cannot take a bath. You could only take showers until your doctor tells you otherwise. And once again, it's usually at least 2 weeks or longer, as well as the towel when you're breastfeeding, rolling it up under. So if you have very large breasts, this will actually lift it up, or a washcloth will actually kind of give it a quick, what I call Victoria's Secret lift, and so you don't have to worry about that. We didn't talk about this, but I actually purchased Kelsey a pillow for breastfeeding, and she said that she loved it, and I will link that below. It was called a Lullaby pillow, and it's more of an L shape. It almost looks like a boomerang, and she said it felt great. Tell us.
Yeah, it's helped me a lot with sleeping and keeping me elevated and not feeling like I'm being squished. So it's been a lifesaver so far.
So people use the Bobby, and those, like I said, they're kind of tight fitting. You can use that on with that or on the side as well. The Lullaby pillow, and then my breast pillow. We hear a lot of people say they do like those a lot. They're a little expensive, and but it will allow you to use them between 1 to 3 months, but after that you probably don't need it. So if you're a very large woman or you're a very tiny woman, that might help you as well as using my breast pillow. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to comment if you like something or if you didn't like something, or if you have any suggestions. I would love to hear from you guys. And once again, good luck with your pregnancy and your baby.